So what the hell are we up to today? First off, have to go ahead and apologize for the wind noise today. There's gonna be a lot of it. We have a tropical storm moving out of Texas. It's windy. I don't have a microphone, but it will be loud enough for you to hear me. But back to the point at hand. What the hell are we putting on little Valkyrie today? Let's show you. So a while back I told you guys that I had a ball joint that was going out, right? Well, we got control arms going on. Showed you those before, the SBC controls. But you see this? A little bit of wheel. It's just no bueno. And then in the back, I mean, it's even worse. So how are we gonna combat that? With a full suspension rebuild. We will be taking off what's currently on there, which is a stock setup, plus drop springs. They are the Eibach sportlines. So if you want them, good Lord, back to the AOL days. Message me, DM me, whatever. We could talk about it, but we got the BC Racing 30-way adjustable BR series coilovers going on, and SBC upper control arms on the front so we can replace that ball joint and make sure that everything, that was Eric by the way, make sure everything is ready for the track. Now, one of the big things that I'm looking forward to here is the rear. These guys are adjustable, right? I can stiffen up the front. I can soften up the rear. For those of you who don't know what the hell I'm talking about weight transfer at the track. So what I'm going to be able to do at the track now is have the front end lift, the rear end drop, which is going to increase traction. It's going to get me out of the line that much harder on these giant, ridiculous... There's Eric. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
But doing that is going to allow me to increase traction in the rear, and with launching as hard as we're going to be launching on a 390 gear setup and 230 millimeter axles put in by that guy, we won't have to worry about traction anymore.
Just like everything else in the car.
Not everything else, asshole.
Almost, damn it.
Hey, I've done something.
Give me something!
No, I'll give you 95% of it. I've done some shit, goddammit. Hey, I never in my life on this channel said I was mechanically inclined. Since we've been doing this, have I said that one time?
Nope.
Hell no, I haven't. I am the cold trickle of drag racing. I will drive the fuck out of the car and I will tell you when something broke because I can feel something broke. But will I ever go, hey, yeah, this is exactly what this is? Fuck no, I won't. So we're gonna get her jacked up, get the wheels off, and then what are we attacking first? Control arms? Or are we gonna go ahead and tear everything down?
I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna do the front first. That way if we run into some issues, we can at least tackle one set of axles instead of having to do both at the same time. And then that way it'll be a little easier for me because I'm on time constraints anyway, so you know.
Yeah.
You know, old fat white dude's gotta do what an old fat white dude's gotta do.
But yeah. So I was telling them biggest thing here is not only are we fixing that ball joint and stiffen up the ride a little bit, but the whole point of this is weight transfer at the track.
Yes.
The whole point is to be able to increase traction while destabilizing the car while we're going down the track in order to actually be able to cut a good 60 foot and get out of the hole.
And that's true. So the weight transfer on any vehicle is something that you got to worry about if you're actually going to be dragging. Because if you don't get your weight transfer, you're not going to be able to get out of the hole for anything. You're going to have wheel hop, you'll have your spinning, you know, and you just have, I mean, there's just several different things that you'll have to worry about.
Now, something to keep in mind here is the wheel hop and the traction issues we had before probably led to that original diff exploding.
Yes, because on the inside of that diff, you could actually see where the ring gear
had been slapping the casing,
hitting the actual casing, which that shouldn't happen.
But Mopar.
Well,
but Mopar.
Yeah, you said it, not me. So and we're replacing the front ones because actually the front does have a little bit of it, a little bit of the actual issue of weight transfer. So yeah. You do the rear, you do the front. The front's more of a minor issue, but it still helps with your weight transfer.
Yeah.
No ifs, no ands, no buts. No buts.
Well, but everything else that we've done to the car too, I'm sure helped with the premature breakdown of the ball joints as well.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's 2016, you know, I mean, you know, he's been driving it pretty hard, and plus, you know, I've taken it apart, putting it together, taking it apart, putting it together.
40 or 50 times.
Those issues alone, you know, I mean, I don't do some of the things like I should do, like, you know, any ball joint, anything in top like that, you know, you really should torque it down. I don't tend to torque things down because I've been doing it way too damn long. Sometimes
he won't let me torque things down anymore.
Especially without a torque wrench. So you know, that's the issue. That's the issue that probably happened. It is probably actually my fault. But you know, here's the thing: it's free work, and who gives a fuck? No.
Honestly,
that stuff happens. Even if you take it to a dealership or any kind of thing, you're gonna have small issues like that. There's no way around it. You know. Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. As soon as you buy a car like this, and you modify it from its original engineering, things are going to happen. When something's originally engineered, especially into a tighter package is what the Challenger is, they don't intend on it to change. Thus why they lock the PCM on the vehicle and don't allow you to tune it. You have to buy everything aftermarket to make it happen.
And that's the thing, you know, I mean, it's not the moment you change one thing, and it doesn't matter what, you change the seats, you're gonna have rattles, you're gonna have mysterious, what the hell is that? That's all. That's what these things are made for. Once you change them, you know, it doesn't matter. Even if you're taking something like, say, we took the door panel off because the window wouldn't roll up because hey,
yeah, it's never gonna fit the same again.
We're retarded, and we had no idea that Dodge actually did something like that.
Hey, speaking of that, is the battery coming on hook today?
No.
No? Oh, so we don't get to see you climb through the jungle gym?
I don't think the 30 extra pounds I put on is going to allow me to crawl through there.
But I mean, back to what Eric is saying here. Literally, the only thing in this car at this point that has not been touched is the dash. Everything else has been modified.
It's been pulled out. The rear inner quarter panels, or the rear interior panels, they've all been pulled out. I mean, everything's pulled out. So the moment you pull something out, it's not in its original form. No matter how good you think you are, and no matter what you do, you're going to have an issue with rubbish, you know, and that'll make a squeak, that'll make a sound, that'll make a running sound. I mean, it's just the way it is. No matter what. Because you've changed it from the position that it was placed in. You know, it's amazing that once that thing's placed there, that's where it goes. You know?
Crazy.
It's like you cut the arm off and you put it back on, it's not going to be the same.
But you'll get one hell of a stranger.
You'll be walking around like that sometimes.
Wow. 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 People are sensitive, man. Calm down.
I'm not politically correct because I don't give a fuck either.
I don't think you're anatomically correct either.
No, I'm not. I got like some weird stuff.
Big words.
Really talk.
Oh my god. All right, let's get into it. So I just figured y'all get a kick out of this. It's still in the 90s, and we're in the last few weeks of September. This is the ghetto redneck AC right here. We got 3 separate wind sources, plus nature herself, making sure we're cool while we tear this bitch down. It's gonna be a good day, Tater.
Good day. Good day, Tater.
Eric,
Yes,
Eric,
yes.
tell the people what you just did.
It's not that I just did. I was not thinking that I grabbed this and I'm like, it's not gonna ever work. Right? So I'll get in here because I'm like, that's not right.
Why is it not right, Eric?
It goes up here.
Oh shit. He was like, these aren't the right ones. I'm like, I've definitely seen these go on other cars. That would be why they don't go there, buddy.
That's why they're not going to work on the lower ones, because
Hints. It doesn't say it right there. Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But it is an upper control arm. Holy shit. I needed that. Thank you. Whew. Alright, so since Eric got back to his senses, the stock upper control arm is out. Ball joint was just smashed. Leaking grease, the whole 9 yards. What do you think of the SPCs? I mean, yeah, we got to worry about the adjustments and everything, but what do you think of the replacements?
They're good. I mean, you know, you've got to have The issue is you got to have all those adjustments, because if you don't have those adjustments, since you're putting on different coilovers, you won't be able to get your angles right. So your tire will wear one way or the other. And it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
So you're saying pairing these with the BC Racing coilovers was a good...
Yes.
Sometimes I get it right. Sometimes. I'm gonna help him, because locking these in is actually a massive pain in the ass. All right, brother man, brush them up. What do you think about the, obviously we had to, you know, there was a learning curve for us, but what do you think of the install for these?
They're a motherfucker. Like this, the control arm. Like I've never,
the top control arm.
I've never, hey, you wait till I'm finished. I've never had such a hard time trying to put a upper control arm where the lower control arm goes, or the lower control arm where the upper control arm. Yeah, I fucked up. Yeah, it was funny. He laughed really hard. It's in the video.
I did. I laughed quite hard.
It's they're good. You got to remember though, when you first go to put them on, that you still got to set your spring height, or not your spring height, but your actual ride height. So you've got, follow me. So when we got these things, this was all the way up here, and then this was all the way up there. So it was actually to here. So I put it on there. Of course, this is my first time doing, you know, complete adjustable
everything
pullovers. So you got it up in there. There's only gonna be 2 inches of clearance, but that wasn't gonna work. So I had to think about it. Tried to adjust the spring first. Well, you don't do that. This is set by the factory. You leave this alone. So it's this one down here, and this thing just rolls out. You know, you still gotta have. You know, this one.
Literally, when you unlock this, you can twist the entire casing. And that adjusts the
adjust down
right there.
So you kind of get it pretty close to this, however you think you might want it, and then it's kind of a play-as-you-go game. Bolt it up, set it down, pick it back up, adjust it,
set it back down.
And then once you find that actual height that you want, then you come in here, you hit your top, your big one, and it's better if you go into that groove there and then measure this groove right there. So like you'll come over here. You're not really going to be able to see it all too well, but still, you'll come in here, and then you'll measure it from to fro, just like that, and you'll get, I've got 7 1/4 on mine. So, if I like this height on this side, then I'd come over here,
and adjust the other side to match.
and adjust that to this, which is at 7 1/4. So I take that 7 1/4. And then that's my height.
Yep.
And of course, you know, you just screw that back up there, and it's actually easier to screw this to where it needs to be. And once you got it in there, this whole top thing here turns anyway. You can't turn it now because of the spring and it's all actually
locked in
at the moment. But you don't have to move any of these. It's all this, and then this whole thing right here twists around like this.
Yep.
And then that's it. Then it's just adjusting the ride height where you really want it, and then you go from there.
He means low. It's going to be low.
Yeah. and the license plate's going to say too low for fat chicks.
Too low for fat dudes? The fuck you mean? Have you seen me lately?
Hey, I'm working.
Shit, man, I'm in my 9th trimester.
With a baby elephant, you want to see his trunk?
It's in between bunny ears.
It's in between the bunny ears.
Wow. Guys, so this side's done-ish. We're going to move over to the other side. It mirrors this side. Just don't. How'd you do it on the driver's side? The same way we did on the goddamn passenger side. Stop asking me dumb questions in the comments. All right, so what do you guys think of the new height? Nice and low, right?
No.
Yeah.
We gotta adjust it still. Like I said, it's trial and error because you don't know.
You're trial and error.
I'll trial anything. No.
Wow! Wow! Wow!
But-
$20 is $20.
We're talking about $5 right now.
Oh my God! Wow!
So you jack it back up, take it back off, and you can tell. You can just tell the length. We want to push the top ball joint back in, so just to get it to where you've got a little better there. Then adjust it another inch to inch and a half. Shouldn't be that big of a difference. So fun stuff.
I think it's going to be a little more than that, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, day 2. Brought the Silverado. Eric's already been out here getting work in. Brush us up, buddy. What's going on? We know you got the monsters back here off, so.
Got the driver's side back on, or did the driver's side. Took about 45 minutes. It's amazing how quick it'll go if you don't try to do lower control arms when you replace upper control arms.
Still funny.
Didn't have that much of a problem. I had already set the adjustment on it. We're at a 1/4 inch height difference between driver's side and passenger side. That could be just because of the fact that nothing's broke in. You know, everything's got to settle once you take all that stuff apart, just kind of the way that works. And plus the alignment part of it. And then it could also be where it's setting.
Yeah, it could be on unlevel ground.
Could be. So, you know, we're just going to leave that there for a couple of days and find a nice even level parking lot and measure it then. Got the back one. Started doing the back one over here. Pretty easy. Lower control arm, you take the bolt out of the back of the lower control arm.
That bolt.
That comes down, you pull the spring out, pull the shock out.
Shock. Spring.
And then you just put the new ones in. I mean, it's pretty straightforward on the back, pretty straightforward on the front too. It's not that big of a deal.
Now, the difference on the LX platform when you're doing height adjustments and everything on here, it's not a true coilover in the back. So what it is it's a separate, you got a separate strut or shock, and then you have the spring, and right here's your height adjustments up here. So literally you have a couple of inches you can play with back here. It's not a whole lot, but it's enough to adjust the height of the ride. And then I could change the dampening on here. That's what we were talking about yesterday with the weight transfer. So we're gonna get back to it. Eric's gonna cuss a little more. And then, hey, we might do something for the Silverado today since everybody seems to love that too. All right, last corner.
Last corner. Get your shock. Yeah. Kind of up to you how you can get it in there. Just kind of however you can get in there nonchalantly.
That's what she said?
That's what she did.
This is the guide on how to be Bill Cosby. Oh, someone's not gonna like that joke. I'm waiting on that comment.
Yeah, well, shit happens.
Shit does happen.
Yep. So, and that's about that. And then, you know, of course you got your bottom bolt, but, you know.
And then putting the control arm back in with the spring. And
the big thing is like, so you've got this, once you pull your spring out, you've got this big rubber piece. That has to come out because it's got this.
Yeah,
so that
it has its own stop.
That goes up in there versus the way it would have been like that.
Yeah.
So this won't go there. If you do that, you're gonna get screwed, and not in a good way. So that's trash. I don't know. I might play with rubbers. It's not. Who knows?
Wow. Wow. What? Oh, come on, zoom in, camera. There you go. Oh.
Yeah, you know.
White people.
White people. Oh!
Why'd you say that in a Jamaican accent? White people!
Because that's just the way it came out. Okay.
Jesus.
So, dust off the bottom one. You're not going to get that to stay on like it's supposed to. You know, you can make an effort, but 90% of the time it won't work anyway. Because once you put it in there and you get it all up in there,
it's gonna move around.
It's gonna move around, and there's just nothing you can really do about it. But you know, at least we can say we did give it the good old effort, the good old try. It's got a little bumpy there that goes there, and actually,
yeah, you can see it right back there.
yeah, you can see it back there. I'll finger my thing through there.
Oh my god!
It didn't really want it to come out. So
demonetized.
we've got it adjusted all the way down. On the other side, once we did that, that's it. I mean, that's it. So, you know, we want it a little lower, but unfortunately, it's not going to go any lower. These springs do not move for nothing, hardly, which is the way it's supposed to be. So,
yeah.
Unfortunately, this is actually smaller than the spring that came out of it. The difference is that this spring doesn't move nearly as much as that. So we're hoping that, you know, once it does acclimate to the car, it'll lower itself a little bit, hopefully. But other than that, you just stick that back in there. Well, make sure you get that rubber piece the way it's supposed to be. Like that. And that's the lower control arm. This is the bolt back here that you take out. And that's it. Bam, just like that.
Simple enough.
Right, now trying to get it all back up in there. Because there is a spring. I don't know if y'all noticed, but this is actually a spring. So it's kind of hard.
Yeah, it might be a little tension on there.
Yeah, you got to get under it, push on it, blah blah blah. But you get the gist of it at least on this. So I might should get to work now.
Okay, coils are in and adjusted. She's a tad bit lower now. Just a smidge. When I say just a smidge, I mean we couldn't get the floor jack back under her. So the guys that are aligning this are gonna have a great time. But yeah, went ahead and got all the stiffness and everything adjusted. Rears are done, fronts are done. Topped off a little coolant. She should be good to go.
Should be.
Eric, anything you want to tell the people about this install?
Just make sure you measure everything. There's the wheel wells are different from the front to back, so that measurement's not really going to tell you anything. The best way is to look at your body line on your door, and figure out how you want that. You know, if you want it more level, then you need to raise the front up. We can't raise the back up or lower the back anymore because it's maxed down.
Yeah, fuck boy stance.
So, and plus, you know, on any car, I like it a little higher in the back.
Well, isn't
More
that the
old
muscle
school.
car stance?
Yeah, more old school rat rod type stance.
And that will help out with the weight transfer at the track.
Yes, it will.
So we'll soften up the rear, tighten up the front, and at the track, the car will go, meh.
Yep.
And that's what we want.
It's not super easy. It's just,
tedious.
it's just, you know, just like everything else. You know, it's more pain in the butt than anything. You know, you just do what you got to do. You know, if that's what you want, that's what you got to do.
Exactly. Oh, there it is. Coilovers are on. We're gonna have Eric close out the video today. Like, share, subscribe, and
Stay savage.